What's up? What's up? JTVJP in the house. Okay, right now I'm just at home. I am cooking my dinner because my son cooked for himself and my yeah. So everyone's eating. I haven't eaten. Why do I have to cook for myself? Well, the reason is when I first got married, me and my wife were not in love with each other, and neither was any of my first two wives. I don't think we were in love. Maybe the second one may was in love. Maybe he was in love with me. I think because of the attention I gave her, but I don't think it was that American kind of love or whatever. But I mean, I could be wrong though. Anyway, I don't see anybody in the house. Okay, if you guys have any questions or anything, ask me. If you like my, I mean, I know I should have done this years ago. I haven't. But if you like my videos, please subscribe and hit that notification button so you can know when I go live. I will try to start notifying you all earlier about my. I'm gonna start scheduling them because I know a lot of people want to join in and stuff. Right now, I am cooking this eggplants and onions, onions. Da-da, onions. So I'm gonna. Well, I just dropped it. So I'm gonna fry these up real quick. Um, it was in the refrigerator that's behind me. So I'm just gonna fry this up with some whatever I can. Oh wait, that's way too small. So anyway, I am going to have to do that. If you want to donate to me, that's fine. Like I said, I should have did this. Hey, what's up? Partner in the house. Chime in if you can. Um, thanks for the like. Uh, so let me see. So anyway, I gotta change this. So if you want to donate, I'll put some donation buttons down there. Now, I'm gonna tell you the truth. The reason I didn't ask for any donations and stuff before was because I was wondering what I should do with the money because I don't want it necessarily for me. Because for those who follow me for a while, I've been telling them about my English program where I mean I can actually bust my butt and make. Recently, I did another calculations with a certain price, of some serious money and stuff. And so I can make my own money. Hey, what's up? What's up, Marcus? Marcus in the house. What's up, man? How you been? See, this is what I'm going to cook. I'm gonna fry this up. I don't know how that's gonna turn out though. But thanks for the thumbs up, Martin. I mean not Martin, Marcus. Today I had a trial lesson and totally mispronounced the student's name. The mother had to correct me a bunch of times. Oh, that's not cool. That is not cool at all. Okay. And let's see, let me get some other stuff. Get some tomatoes and I know I'm a terrible host when it comes to that. Some what are these green peppers or something like that? Bell peppers. That gotta go in the trash. It's gotta go in the I wonder if they're still good. Because we buy food, well somebody in this house buy food and then don't use it. So a lot of stuff has to be thrown away. So actually it's better if we just how can you say that? If we just eat out every day, because I don't know. It's interesting. Okay, let me get some water in. Some water in here. Okay, so yeah, so I always thinking about what should I do with the money if I get it? Because even recently, someone promised some years ago, because of the advice that I gave that person, that they would send some money. Hey, what's up, two people in the house? Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's my peace sign. All my homies back in the States, around the world, out in space, wherever you are, always know that I'm always thinking about you. What's up? What's up? Yo, man, what's up? So right now I'm cooking some fried vegetables. So I got to cut these up real quick. Sweden in the house. What's up, man? How you doing? Hope everything's going well out there. I have a long, long life to do. Let me get to the point. But thanks for the thumbs up. Okay, so gotta chop, chop, chop. Okay, so anyway, and no, I didn't cut this per regularly. And the seeds, I know I should save, but I don't. But I will do that one day. Okay, so anyway, so with the money that I get from any donations, I'm always thinking about what should I do with it, because I don't necessarily want it from me or need it from me. And actually, I was thinking about, taking the donations and help other people, put it back into areas in different places, for kids and stuff, or use it to publish some books and stuff that I made because I made a whole bunch of books, English books anyway. And so I want to do that. I got this one book called, well, a friend of mine, actually, I don't know why he named it that, but he named it and even made a cover and everything called How to Date Japanese Women or something like that. I forgot, but but what I wrote about, the way he named it, are like two different things. I don't know what exactly he was thinking about when he named it that, but it's a real nice cover. Got this really cute girl on it and stuff. But anyway, so I got to publish that and stuff. Oh boy, just dropped that in there. And so anyway, so I'm just thinking about, what should I do with the money? Because there's a lot of ways that I want to make money on here. Like, well, after I get my, what's that thing called? Whatever. And then the Patreon, I haven't really did anything with the Patreon because I don't know how to do the rewards or what should I, you know, give back to those who reward me. Now, I do know one friend, he used to send things, package things and send them to the States. And he told me that, but I'm thinking, you package all those things and you send them to people and stuff like that, I guess in one big bag or whatever. It's like, how can I say that? It would be like all the money they're just giving you to buy those things. So I didn't know, to me, I mean, that's his idea, whatever, but I didn't see any point in doing that because it's going to take a long time and stuff. Hey, what's up, four people in the house? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right now, I'm just cooking up some vegetables and stuff. And usually when I cook, five people in the house, and when I cook, my cooking has no flavor, no joke. No, no, no. It's very colorful, but it's bland. But we're not in the States, so I don't know what what is it called? How to use the sauce and stuff out here. Except for sweet and sour. So what I do is just cook it up and put when I do um, use salad dressing, and it tastes really good. Okay, so anyway, I didn't really know what to do with the money and with Patreon too, because somebody told me about that years ago, but I just been a little hesitant on what to do with the money and stuff. Because, like I said, I don't want to take the money and just use it for myself. So. But anyway, I just thought I'd just start doing this now since everyone's doing it. Let me go on and get on board and stuff. Okay. So, hey, what's up? Six people in the house. What's up? What's up? Just JP in the house. So, I want to talk about what happened. We all know what happened. We saw in the video. Everyone saw it worldwide. And what can we do to actually, I mean, it's nothing that we can do really to prevent that. I mean, there is something we can do to prevent it on both sides. Hey, seven people in the house. There really is something that we can do to prevent it on both sides, make the police more accountable, and also make us as citizens more accountable with our actions. But in both scenarios, got a comment. Let me check it out. Yo, 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 yo. Conditioning in the house. Nice haircut. Thanks, thanks. Yes, I know. When I was in LA, I used to always have my hair like this. And so dealing with the citizens is going to be really difficult. I dropped some onions on the floor. It's going to be really difficult because there's going to be a lot of dedication that we need to do. But most of us are already doing our daily lives, doing things, and a lot of people are not. I don't think too many people are going to change. And if we as civilians don't change, or non-police officers or whatever, if we don't make changes, then nothing really is going to change in such a degree where it should be. So not much is going to change. So that's what we need to do is make those changes. Now, how can we make those changes? Well, we need to look at how our communities are organized. Okay, and what I mean is like I talked to a friend in England, and he tell me he's black, and he tells me where he lives out that most of the people there don't do anything. I mean, they really just don't do anything. And so I was saying like, well, how can you get these, get people to actually change? But he was saying like it was difficult. We talked about it a lot, you know, and come to the conclusion was that, he was right. No one's not going to change because changing is going to involve a lot of relearning, uh, a lot of sacrifice. And what I mean by sacrifice is like me. Okay, so I used to go to clubs all the time, travel Japan and everything, and then because I was not on my business like I should have been doing, and then I started losing students, and I didn't go out there getting students because of the stupid. Well, it wasn't a stupid plan, but it was a plan that I had that I did not work on. Then my income dropped. I mean, it dropped really bad, and um, it dropped really bad, and so I had to stop doing things. And I did. I still wanted to go out to clubs, meet friends. When I meet people, I always buy them things and stuff. And so I just had to stop. I ate 6 people in the house, so I had to really just stop doing it. And after a while, I was thinking to myself, hey Ralph, you're just gonna have to. I don't like this lifestyle, okay, and I have to make this change. So recently, I made a change in on Tuesdays, and I had this trial student today, and I'm putting everybody on these other days instead of Tuesday, so I can get out there and do this program where I can make this 1.5 million dollars a year. The minimum I want to do is, I think it'll be maybe 200,000 to 1.5 million dollars a year, and I can do this all by myself. But that's going to be a change. Now, how am I going to go about this change? Is I am going to have to start studying Japanese. I'm going to have to find a Japanese person, preferably a woman, because sometimes working with men, you got this confrontation on, about who knows who, I mean, who knows what, and this and that. And sometimes I'll talk to some friends in the past about, hey, let's get together. Ooh, this looks like this is almost done. Gosh, I know this is going to be bland as mess, bland as heck. But yeah, I think that's done. And so, see, that was really quick. Okay, so I talked to some friends about doing some business with me, and I told them the basic schematics of teaching English, and I got a business. And when you say that, the first thing people are going to do is start coming up with their ideas. And I called them to explain something to them. So one friend I was talking to, I showed the numbers, and he was really surprised and stuff like that. And then after I showed him the numbers, then I started trying to explain how to go about doing this. But because of the way I do it, and because of the way the quote unquote traditional way of doing it in Japan is that much different. Let's see if I can scan a different way because it's not as bright over here. Well, let's see. Why is it so? Oh, wait, let me turn this light on. That's wrong light. Okay, so it's not that much brighter. So anyway, let me see if I can go someplace where it's bright. Bright, 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 bright. Okay, let me come over here. And so, in fact, just let me sit down. So when I start explaining my idea, what a lot of people do, and that's with a big form of communication that a lot of us have in life, is that they start telling their ideas, and what they doing instead of listening. Got a comment? Yeah, you can definitely shine. Their English teaching methods are not good. Yep, thank you. They know thousands of words but can't talk. Yep. And so, eight people in the house. Okay, so I wonder if I should do it the other way. Okay, that's fine. I guess you can see my kitchen. My tomato I haven't cut yet. That looks terrible. I shouldn't do that. That's really totally unprofessional. But I'm not a professional, so it's okay. So anyway, uh, Oh, sorry about that. That was not cool. Okay. So looks like a big house. It looks big, but it's actually is small. The dimensions of this house would be the same as an apartment, the living room, like in the States. But we got it upstairs too. But it's probably the same as a living room in the States. And I used to live in these apartments. Yeah, it's almost like an apartment. The size of an apartment, just got upstairs and downstairs. That's about it. Wife and kids. One kid is home. The wife and the other one, they're out somewhere. So basically, when I started saying different things, then people come in with their own, how can you say it, their own ideas. And I had a conversation with like four people, and it was really interesting how all four of them, uh, thank you, forgot to turn off automatically. And it was funny because all four of them pretty much said the same thing. Hello, ninth person in the house. And so what happened was they started telling me about the traditional Japanese way of teaching. And so what I told them, I was saying, hey, I don't do that. This is what I do now. I have 4-year-old kids that can come in my school, and I can promise the parents that by the end of that year or a year of English training, that means coming 4 times for a year or 3 times for 1 year and 3 months, because the vacation time, you got to also include that. That by the end of the year, I can have a child take one word and how can you say that? And make their own words in English and stuff, right? So when I said that, of course they don't believe me, but at the same time, they're still not understanding. Hey, 9 people in the house. Thank you. What I'm saying is this is what I can do. All I need you to do is just find a room. That's it. Just a room that I can rent out for one day. And still they're like, well, I think this, and I think this, and I think this. And I'm just like, and I recently read something like a month ago, no more than 2 months ago. And it was just comment. It says, do it yourself. And so when I'm talking to people, I just keep popping in mind, do it yourself, doing it yourself. So that's what I'll see what happens. But let me go and keep it down. Okay. So how does this all relate to changing our situations? What it is that I, doing this lesson and doing it the way I normally do it, I have to actually get up and go out there and make changes instead of letting people come to me. And when you have to get up and actually get out there and initiate contact, initiate change, then it's going to cause a lot of problems with you and your, I mean, not with you per se, but with a lot of people and their self confidence or their, what is that called? Their competence in knowing that they're able to do those things. So, what happened and how can we change? Well, first of all, we have a really serious situation in our communities based on a lot of other white communities. But not saying that they don't have it, but it's based on what we see on TV. It's really different. So let's say you got blacks and white intermixing in one. I mean, not intermixing, but living together in one community. But the white families, they're cool. Problems don't happen with them. But with the black families, they have all these problems, right? And so you have to sit there and think about why do we have these problems? What is it? How is it that they can live right next to one place, black, white, black, and these black homes have problems, but the white home don't. Not saying that they don't, but I mean just the things that we do. And so what is the difference, And a main difference is that our communities that we have there's a foundation, and the foundation that we have or that we live on, basically the underwritten rules and all that stuff, they're not easily changed. Hello, seventh person. They're not easily changed. Why aren't they easily changed? Because you got so many people in the neighborhood who control different aspects of the neighborhood. And I'm not saying control um, like in a violent way or anything like that. I'm saying like they have. I'll just use the word manage. So they are different people who manage different sectors in the community. And just because this sector can change doesn't mean that the person who's managing this sector can change, doesn't mean that the person who is managing this sector is willing to change. Because when you start changing things, especially in the neighborhood, what's going to happen is, like I said before, number one is going to be a lot of people's authorities are going to get threatened, and they're not going to like that. Then number two, the income, because there's a lot of income in the neighborhoods. Okay. Number three is going to be the power structural change that's going to happen. And a lot of people are not going to want to lose that structural change. So, hello, seven person in the house. So it's like this. Um, let's see, blessings, everyone just joining chat. What's the topic? Shout out from Arizona. What's up, Victor and Jalil? The topic is just, sharing thoughts about how, well, I didn't do the description, but sharing thoughts about how we can help change the situations that we have when we are dealing with the government and also dealing with ourselves. Okay. And it's pretty much based on what, happened. Okay. So when we make like, hey, hello, Stefan. Oh, Stefan, what's up, man? He's a cool dude from France. So, hey, if you're not doing anything tonight, you got to work. But if you're not doing anything, let me know. We can go rolling and stuff because I don't think you need to be in the house because I'm bored and I got time. I want to go drive and do something. But anyway, um, uh, I'll use my first wife as an example. So my daughter was 4.5 years old. I knew me and my wife were going to get divorced, because I introduced her to some sisters that I used to work. I used to live with, and when she was working at this nursery school called Pixie. And she came home one day. I can't tell the story because of whatever. But anyway, something happened when she first went there. I told her some things, how to make the relationship better. She did those things. And then that was at the same year when Black women started talking about Black men, which was way before YouTube. And a lot of people keep saying that, but it started in like, from what I remember, when I got back to the United States, it was in 1990. And I started hearing these whispers from sisters about Black men not doing this. And it was like really interesting because that was the first time in my generation or in my life that I heard it from women who were not my age but younger. So I think the big change came in 1982 when I graduated. That year when I started 12th grade, the 10th graders were a whole different, I guess you would call them the millenniums. They came in with a whole different attitude and stuff. So dealing with them, I knew things were going to happen and stuff. So we were going to get divorced. So what I did was I started teaching my daughter at the age of 4.5 years old how to be smart. Well, I wouldn't tell her, but give her information, reading, writing, math, basic math, addition, subtraction, division, algebra, trigonometry, a little calculus, fractions, decimals, how to use a dictionary, how to think, how to talk, and stuff like that. And it took me 6 months to do it. It was really, you guys, it really is easy. But as I was teaching my daughter was running around, but there's a secret to education that a lot of people don't know. And, but I knew this. I knew that more than the teaching. So I knew this. So I kept talking. She was interfering. And I'm like, just do what you're doing and leave me alone. But she ain't listening, she ain't sitting, whatever. And I'm saying she don't have to sit to learn. No one has to sit to learn, But I did, and I did tell her why. I'm not going to say on here because I don't want to, whatever. But as I continued to talk, because my daughter did understand a lot of English at that time, or the little bit of English that, or whatever English that she understood, I was able to use that to teach her. And as she started to understand what I said, she stopped running around. Hey, 9 people in the house. Hello. Thank you for the thumbs up. Um, she stopped. She sat 6 months. I'm telling you, by the time she turned 5 years old, she did some algebra. She did some trigonometry. The basic trigonometry, uh, cosine, sine, theta, and all of that stuff. Trigonometry. Yeah, that algebra, x, whatever, x 3 times x plus whatever, how to do that, the fractions and all that stuff. And when it comes to calculus, you guys really should take it. It really is a simple, it really is simple. Who, right now, whoever got PayPal, you got to do it right now. I mean, while I'm live. But I don't know if I could send it. But if you know, who knows what, no, I can't say that. But who knows what calculus is? Because that's another thing about math. A lot of people don't know what it is. And it was funny. What's happening, bro? From the Bronx, K5 alive in the house. Just out here chilling in Japan. You know, this weekend, I'm going to have a 3-day weekend. So it's the rate of change. Yes, but that's right. It's a rate of change. But what changed? You need to be able to explain it to a child who is 4 years old. What would you say? How would you explain trigonometry to him? Okay. And I could teach a 4-year-old child trigonometry. Well, I got to teach him math and stuff. Ella, I see a lot of people from Randy Flagg's channel, Black and Abroad in Asia here. Oh, really? Okay. I don't know. But I know I need to get my channel up though. Okay, so basically, the change that we're going to need to, saying, like I said before, if we're going to change in the neighborhood, we have to understand there are important people. I would say elements, but there are important peoples in our neighborhoods that you're going to just have to talk to, and their presence is there. Their presence must be looked upon. They must be respected. Not saying that you got to respect them for what they do and not do 12 people in the house, but you got to respect the fact that they're there. You got to at least acknowledge that. And so that's what I mean by respect. You can't just ignore them and try to do what you're going to do, because this is going to happen. And for those who are not prepared to engage in corporate takeover, are the ones who, hello, Mr. Prisoner 7. You got to explain what that means. Okay. So when you come to this corporate takeover, which sucks, you know, then, some things are going to happen, and a lot of people can't deal with it. Okay. Especially when things starts to escalate in, just some understanding ways. So that's why in my videos before, when I tell guys to do their own business, sell fruit and everything, that you got to talk to the certain people in the neighborhoods, because you got to let them know what you're doing. Because if you don't let them know what you're doing, you might not get that warning that your actions, whether they're good or not, is going to interfere with them. And if it interferes with them, a lot of people are not going to like it. So that's like um, conditioning, right? If I go out to visit him in England, and he's with his girl, and I walk over and I say, "Hey, how you doing? Hey, give me 5. Give her a hug. It's like, why you so cute? Hey, let me get your number." You know, bam. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm like, yeah, oh, your girl, cool or whatever, hey, you mind if we keep in touch and stuff? And sometimes guys are going to say no, but some guys are going to say yeah, because they probably know that she ain't no good, even though he's hanging out with her. But he can control it, but nobody else is going to control her, because you got guys out here who got women out there getting things from other guys and giving it to them and stuff. So that's what I'm saying we're going to have to do. But let's pass that, and let's say like we get past that. Then what are we going to do? Well, like I said on my Facebook, we as Black people really have to just start over. The number one place we got to start is this. Okay, you guys take notes. No, I'm joking. How did we begin this slavery? Does anyone know that? Anyone? And dang, because I already told on here. I'm not sure people. Because actually, I want to give away some money, but I'm not rich like that. I got to go hot and coin. Okay, I'll do this. If you tell me within the next 2 minutes, let me get my what you call it. If you can answer it, then send me a request for $5 on my PayPal, and I will. If you get it right, I will. You get 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. Oh, I got another comment. Calculus is tell us to change from one moment to the next. Probably the best way I can explain it. Okay. Ta-da! Rate of change. What is a rate of change? What has a rate of change? Squares do not have a rate of change because they just go in one direction, vertical and horizontal. The vertical does not change. That authentic Japanese anime comic. Huh? Okay, let me see. Hello. Okay, I'm not sure what you mean, so you're gonna have to ex, huh? You're gonna have to see all these words coming back. Expound on it or something, or explain it. Okay, so basically, what is the rate of change? What is it? Well, the rate of change is going to all anime. That's where you got to come. Okay, cool, cool. Okay, cool. I'm not really into anime. I should watch it. But actually, calculus is really easy. The rate of change. It's like I was talking to my brother today, and I asked him what the word annually means. Annual means, and he was saying a few bucks. And I'm like, oh my god, because he's been to college and everything. I'm like, come on, you don't know what the word annual mean? That's why we're fighting because you don't understand math. Okay, what are we? Why are we talking about math? Give us the secrets on Japanese women. That's going to cost you. But right now we're talking about something else. Actually, the secrets on Japanese women, there really isn't no secret. Just walk up and tell them what you want to say, and that's it. Because one thing that's good about talking to Japanese women is they're not dynamic. They won't respond so dynamically as foreign women would. Well, black and white women, and then Japanese women who are know English and stuff. And they try to talk like sisters and stuff. uh the women that know game, but there really is no secret. If you like someone out here, just walk up to them, say, hey, I like you, what do you want to do, and that's it. I'm telling you, that is it. Everyone out here talking about all these secrets, and you got to do this, and no, because these women got money, so they don't need your chump change. Not saying that you have chump change. They got fashion, and they probably wearing clothes that we haven't even heard of. Well, at least I have to admit, I haven't heard of. Like I was on a train the other day, and this girl had this H. What's that designer that has an H? I forgot the name of it. Hymens or something like that. But she had the H chain. She had the H bracelet with some glass. They were glasses shape, and she had something else here, and all this H, and it was like yellowish gold and bronze trim or something like that. And I'm like, oh my God, she could have said, hey, I'll give you $1 million if you know what this brand name is. I would have walked off the train the same like I walked on it. I mean, walked off the train, got off the train the same as I got on the train, broke, right? So really, there is no secret. Okay. It says message rejected. Somebody rejected the message. Ooh. So really, that's what that there really isn't no secret. Okay. Um, so get to the calculus day. A rate of change is the rate of change of a line on a circle. So basically, calculus, all it does, calculus is just a mathematical procedure to figure out the length of a circle. That's all, or the distance of the circle, the length of a circle, and everything. And that's it. And then that is learned in trigonometry with the radius, if you know the radii is and all that stuff. So basically, when you talk to a child, you say, well, they say, well, calculus is difficult. Oh no, it just tells you how to measure the length of a curve if it was straight, and that's it. Okay, and the rate of change. Okay, so blah blah blah. So basically, it's just a math that teaches you how to measure the length of a curve, and that's it. Now, when I figured that, I was like, "Oh my God, this is easy, right?" And then I didn't study and got C's in all my class and stuff because it was like, look at it like, okay, well, I was stupid. Knowledge is good. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is God, because what God is knowledge, right? So anyway, so basically that's what we need to do. So we need to actually start over. What I mean by start over is everything you guys learn, I learned in compulsory school. I mean, that we were taught, we didn't learn. We have to go back and learn those. I mean, we really have to go back and learn those. Now, I had a $5 contest for you guys, and I'm giving you 1 minute. I'm going to set it. As soon as I finish answering the question, I'm going to set it. And if you tell me what it is on the first person, the answer, then I will then send me a request to my PayPal for $5 and I'll send it to you. Okay. Let's see. See, if I was rich, it'd be $1,000,000. I bet you none of y'all gonna get this answer though. Well, no. If you've watched my videos, I watched some of your previous videos. You said you don't expect a woman in Japan to ever love you. Most Japanese murder business reasons, married for business reasons. Why? What are the chances of a Japanese female marrying you for love? What reason Japanese are good to move? Do you have a new foreign playlist? A new foreign playlist. Okay. I really haven't had time to get out. I want to start doing my Do You Love Black Men videos and get out and just start meeting people again. So I will have to do that as soon as I get time. But I think I'm going to have time because Tuesday, all of my classes are changed. So I'm open on Tuesday. So Tuesdays I shall be traveling to Osaka or wherever and stuff to talk to people and stuff. Okay. Let me answer the question first. Okay, let me not answer the question. I got it. Oh my goodness, where is my? Oh my God, it's gone. Okay, so I'll just use this then. Okay, and the reason I keep with my mouth is 'cause I'm really dehydrated and I gotta drink a lot of water and stuff, and so I am just adjusting the fluid in my mouth to go to the places where it's dry. But if I keep drinking water, that's it. Okay, Carl, like everywhere else, at Carl Snem, like everywhere else. Ooh, Carl Snem. Okay, so let me answer this question first, and then get to you real quick. Okay, guys, I could be every time I. Oh, that's something I can't control. Okay, so utilities. So the question that I think a lot of us black men and black women need to understand is how did we get into this situation? How, what was the cause of our, wow, where is that timer at? Okay, I know where I can find it. There it is. Okay, very good. Okay, so I am going to stopwatch. Oh no. So I'm gonna give a timer. I'm gonna give you 1 minute, and this is the question. And when I start, you have to say it within this 1 minute. If you don't, then that's it. If you get it within a 1 minute, then I am going send me a request for $5 and I'll send you $5. So are you guys ready? No answer. Good. Okay, so this is it. I'm going to start. Wait, let me turn this up. Okay, so get ready. Here's the start button. I'm going to start. The question is, as soon as I finish answering the questions, I'm going to start this. The question is, what was the cause of our present day slavery? What was the cause of our present day slavery? And we all need to come together and really accept the fact that that was the cause. And until we understand, we didn't have the technology. Nope. Until we understand what the cause of our present slave conditioning and all of that stuff, nope. If it wasn't, if we don't understand that, then we will continue down this road to mind God. Nope, nope, and nope. Because if we don't understand what it is, nope. Huh? That happened way after slavery. I said what caused our present day slavery. Nope. Okay. So for all you guys who have any of you guys read the Morris in Spain, the Morris in Spain, and all that? Okay. Nope. But it's all finished. Sorry. Okay. So, and I told you the other day, we talked about that the other day too. Okay, Stefan. So, yeah, present day. What was the cause of our present day slavery? You know, why are you here? What was the main event that happened that caused you to be here? Okay, and that caused our where we are now, the position we're in. What it was is if you read this book called, there are different books written called The Moors of Spain. And when the blacks went up there, the Moorish people from Moor, you know, they went up there and they conquered Spain. I mean, conquered Europe, pretty much Spain and all that stuff. They dominated that area. Those white people had no power, nothing. They went up there, educated them like what's his name? Malcolm X said, only a fool would let his enemies educate his children. But I say only a fool would teach the Europeans in those days who would the Europeans children of those days who, because of the invasion of their land by blacks, will be a fool to teach them kids. How can I say that? Yeah, only a fool would teach. I said only a fool would teach in this case the Europeans and their children, and would teach their enemies' children. Or wait. So anyway, let me say it the right way. Only a fool would teach the enemies of his children. Would teach the children of his children's enemies. Wait, yeah, something like that. Let's see. So Malcolm X said, "Only a fool will let his enemy teach his children." But I say only a fool would teach the children of his enemies. Okay, would educate the children of his. I mean, the children of his enemies. So his enemies' children. So that's what happened when they went to Spain. Now they were so big, Europe couldn't do nothing. The white people couldn't do anything. Okay, but there was a sultan. He was black, and his brother. This is based on what I read. The brother was jealous of the king, and the white king at that time would have his knights would go over there fight against the black. They would get killed. So he said, "Hey, stop doing that. You can't. You guys just wasting your time because you're not going to defeat them." And what happened was when he found out about the jealousy of the king's brother, who was number two. He controlled half the army. His brother controlled half the army. The brother had all the money he wanted. He had all the women he wanted. He could have did whatever he wanted. He was just not the oldest brother. That was the only thing, and it was just something. I guess he just mad because he had to ask his older brother something. His older brother had that power to say no. So when the king found out, say, if you help me defeat your brother, I will give you anything you want. This is documented evidence. That brother took his side of the army against his brother's side of the army because they were evenly matched. They went head to head, decimated each other to the point where they were weak. And the white man came over and put them all into slavery. That was it. And the brother went to him and said, "Okay, I want this." And that king pimp slapped his ass and tossed him in slavery. And from there on, white people had the power because all that education, that technology, and all that stuff. And a lot of them actually, I've read some books where they said that the white people really didn't, I guess they didn't learn everything, the whole people. So a lot of and at that time, the Jewish people in Europe were black. So they were like running to West Africa. They went to like Portugal and then got some boats and went to West Africa. But the king in Spain, especially in Portugal too, realized that they were the ones who had all the knowledge and all the skills. So they stopped them, made them, forced them to teach those white people whatever that they needed to do. And then from there, they just went down and started little by little using the black on, and that was what happened in Grenada, and all that was in Grenada. That was black on black crime, family, in-house. Uh, it was black on black family fighting that did that, and then once those white people defeated the Moors in Grenada, which was their last stronghold. Then they enslaved everybody. Then a lot of people went down. And you can read this from Babylon, from Timbuktu to Babylon by, I think his name is Woodruff or something like that. I can't think of his first name. But I meant to read that book years ago. I read it like maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Just remember it because it's really easy reading stuff. But I think it was him. He also mentioned that in his book. And the whites also did that. Then Christopher Columbus, the only reason he was even able to go to America was because of the defeat of the Moors. Otherwise, he would have never went. Okay, he wouldn't have went anywhere. Okay, and people say he did this and that. It was black people that even took him over there. Black people that was in Africa took him to America because there was no way he was going to find it. And so you got these people saying like, "Oh, well, black people." Africans never went to America, but he wrote it. It was a black man who took them there, right? So basically, that's what happened. Then they came down, they got the gold and everything, and had their machines because I guess the people in America, in Americas, were not as technologically advanced as the white people. They were able to destroy and take their money. Did that? Go to Africa, and Africa already had their own slave system there and stuff, you know, and they were able to buy things and do that divide and conquer. That's what the divide and conquer is. I mean, it's not nothing that they made up during slavery or nothing like that. That divide and conquer actually was what was used to free themselves from bondage. Because if you think about black white people's history, how many times in history have they had power? From what I understand, only three times. The first was in Greece. Okay. Then the second would have been wait, I never heard this story before. Do you think black people are cursed? I keep hearing that stuff. The curse, nah, ain't no curse. I mean, even if it was a curse, prisoner, you said your teacher didn't teach you that at Wayne State. Oh, hey, my mama graduated from Wayne State, Detroit. I was just there last year. I had to bury my mom. No, she wanted to. Anyway, she passed and stuff. But yeah, and she had a ring, but I guess somebody in the family took it. I wish I should have took it too when I was there. Something the before she died, I went out to visit her, and something told me to take it. Just take it off her when she sleep. Take it off her ring and keep it because I knew somebody was going to take it. It's cool. She's in heaven or wherever she's at, having fun. Because I don't believe we die and go to hell. So, but anyway, but she taught me good. I mean, you guys, my mama didn't teach me how to be a man. A man is the maturity of the mind. That's what a man is, and that you have to do yourself. Okay, so basically, when white people say divide and conquer, they're not using it as something that divide and conquer the slaves and all that. No, they literally use that, and what make it so bad is they use the family. They came in this family home to use that divide and conquer, and they went boop, and they just ran over them, and they went down south to Africa because they had that weapons and all of that stuff, and they took over the world. How many times have white people been in power? I would say Greece, Rome, and Rome. Hannibal was not so smart because I heard he went there, and one time I read that he threw a arrow at the bull or something, whatever, at the gate, and then left or something. They just playing with him. Then when they had they were running out of water, the women came on and asked for water, and he gave it to them. You don't give your enemies water. You make them surrender, and then give them water. You know, and then there's a sweet lady on YouTube that goes into describing how a lot of black country originally indigenous and were the natives in the South America. I forgot the channel. I can look it up. Yeah, I am Cherokee Indian. I didn't find out until I was 30 because a brother in Hawaii asked me what tribe I was from. I was laughing, ha ha ha. I'm not Indian. He said, "Boy, you better go home and ask your mama." So I went home, left mama, ah, ha, ha, mom. He said I was in India, ha ha ha. And she looked at me and said, "Boy, you are Indian. Look at my hair. Look at me. Do I look like this and this and look at my hair, blah blah blah." And I'm like, but I look African. And then I got to thinking, the whole world is Africa. It just spread apart, whatever. People look like whatever. But we all the same, you know. Some people got light, some people got white, blah 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 blah, whatever. Like some kid today, she was saying like, "Oh, you're not yesterday. I think it was yesterday." My cousin, she said, "Oh, you're a guy Kokujin. I mean, you're a foreigner." And I'm like, "I'm not a guy Kokujin." She said, "What are you?" I said, "I am a Sekai Jin." Right? That means a world person. They're like, "Huh? Where are you from?" I said, "America, but I'm a Sekai Jin." She was like, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, what's more important, the Earth or Japan?" But I'm saying this in Japanese. She said, "Oh, the Earth." I said, "Yeah." I said, "So what would it be more important for me to be, Japanese or be a world person?" And they said, "A world person." And then one of the kid got smart and said, "Oh, you Uchujin." And I said, "Well, you are too." "No, I'm not." I said, "Well, where's the Earth?" And they got to thinking, "Oh, it's in space." So yeah, so you're Uchujin that just happens to live on Earth. And they all started laughing. That's how you get these kids back, right? Okay, education, right? And that's the educational level that will help me get to the United States Air Force. Yeah, and when the slaves escaped from the plantation, they could make it to Canada and went to the Indian Reservation. I have native. Yes, that's what a lot of people don't know. Those Indians were black people, okay? And the Africans that came over could have been related and everything, but from the Wichita Indians said that all the landers were one mass and people were already on them, and the earthquakes broke them apart and they just floated over to wherever they were. Okay, because the United States is Africa is the only continent that's literally attached to the earth. That's why they don't really have so many earthquakes. And if they do, that means somebody, some weight or some mining or something's getting weak and it's breaking off, and that's it. So anyway, let me get back to the story. So when white people, oh, so three times Greek, Rome, okay, and Hannibal should have went in there and destroyed them. Then all this definitely what we went through now wouldn't be here. We wouldn't even be here. And then the next one was the great power, I guess, would have been Europe. I wouldn't say. I mean, you got to say Spain, you know. And let's see, Spain during that time when they got their freedom, and then ultimately the rise of power was England, and they the ones who actually went around. They were the last ones, but it all happened within the same time period. So that's only three. So that means ever since the white man been on the earth, how long people been on the earth? Portugal's near the thaw, Portugal as well, exactly. And what I'm saying is, as long as white people been on this earth, how many times have they actually had a chance to dominate the world and rule? In other words, pull themselves out of slavery. Only three times. They could have. I don't know. All I know is they could have, because they did say something about a Marco Polo white guy who they let actually into ah uh actually, from what I heard about India, when I read, was that the Africans went over there and colonized it, and I guess it was other people there. I guess they were black too, but they colonized it, and it even could have went back to what's his name, that guy that they was it would it have been Buddha or something like that? I forgot. And they got rivers named after him. This black man went over there. I forgot, maybe Buddha, and it's all kinds of things. But if you go to Sri Lanka, you go to India. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have these problems, but how are they going to treat you when you go over there? Like I said, I really don't know. But because I didn't really dive deep into it, but um, white people only had three eras where they control. Other than that, they were dominated. Okay. And so right now, they got control. And I was talking to a friend, and we were talking about their white domination, all of this stuff. And he was saying, white people this, white people. And I looked at him. I said, man, come on. And I told him about the three times thing. I said, white people would be a goddamn fool if they lost their power. They would, because if they lose it this time, they are not getting it back. No, they are not getting their power back. Right now, China's on the rise. Russia's on the rise, and I don't know what China and Russia's going to do, but I don't think Russia is going to go against their white brothers. Sorry, and I mean it's not even a prejudice thing. It's just a common sense thing. It's just common sense. It's like, I mean, it's just common sense. So white people got this power. White racism. Somebody else said it too, that it was just racism in the United States it was basically based to preserve the white genetic DNA, because had they let white women and black women marry, the white population probably be even less than what it is now. And I got my reasons why, but you know, um, because of the, whatever. Because I was talking to this sister the other day. Wait, let me finish this. So they would be a fool to lose their power. You know what I'm saying? So if this movement's going on and they change a thing, and what I tell my brothers, I'm saying, listen, you guys got to be really careful about trying to tumble the white man, because the white man, we're under his shield of defense. If another person come and attack the United States, the white man is going to be the one who is going to defend it, because they got the military, they got this, they got that. And I was talking to some brothers, and these brothers, they were talking all this crazy stuff, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh, we could do this. I said, look at this. Like I used a pet bottle. A plastic bottle. I said, look at this. This okay. Like this is my key holder, right? I said, okay. Can you print this on this key holder? Do you know what it takes to even print this on the key holder? What ingredients that they use? I've had this key. I bought this key back in 2000. I mean, my Lexus back in 2006. It was brand new. I didn't lease it. You know, I went to Lexus. They gave me. They approved my finance. I could finance it for. Well, they said 3 years, but I actually changed to six. I was stupid. I should have did three. But it was brand new. I told my friends, "Can you even think how they got this on there?" And some people, they stamped, okay, yeah, but where did they get the ingredients for the ink? How did they even change the white? Matter of fact, they had to print it on there. That means somebody had to create the machine, all that machine, just to print this, just to print that. Do you know how long it takes to study to do that? All the tests and failures and all of that stuff. Then let's say if the all the product was to come to Africa, can you even get it shipped over to the United States? You need a boat. Do you know how to make a boat? What about the anchor? Not even about the anchor. Let's say the chimney or the steam engine or the gas. And they sitting there talking all that crap, but I told them, I said, you guys sitting here talking all this crap. I'm black man, blah blah. Man, you can't even make gas. Do you even know how to make an aircraft? Do you know how to do it? I said, man, you can't even keep your own Japanese women in check. And you talking about all this stuff. Her channel is called The Flora Brown. She says a lot of things into spiritual warfare. It's a lot of sits. It also ties with the Zionists and bankers how. Yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing. It's all about power and keeping your power. But what black people need to understand is we have zero power. In Tulsa riots, I was talking to another friend. Tulsa riots should have explained that. Tulsa riots, the riots that happened in Tulsa, which was started by black people, from what I read before they started changing things. But if you go whatever, they'll tell you how it was. Then three empire cities around the earth. You're telling controlling. Yes, yes. They do. Yep, yep, they do. But what I'm saying is, um, what was I saying? I lost the track. We're telling my friends. Anyway, the power. The Tulsa riot was the perfect example of us, what we lacked. Why did we lose? Why did they lose that war? Okay, it was started by some black people. And for those who want to let me just tell you what I read on the line before they start changing things. There was a brother who was dating a white girl. And the reason they didn't hang him was because the sheriff at that time found out that that brother didn't rape that girl as they said. He knew that they were lovers. And those white people, had they found out that they were lovers, they probably would have killed them, even though they were trying to get them there. What happened was a week before that, they were going to hang a white dude. And I keep telling brothers that before a certain time in the United States, blacks and whites were getting hung in the United States. And it was just maybe at a certain time they stopped with hanging whites and only started hanging blacks. But they both were getting hung. And also it also questions the racism that we're being taught. How was the racism really was? I mean, you do have people who were probably just hated black people, but you got black people who hate black people nowadays. Back then, the brother who caused all this when he fought against his brother, he literally hated his brother. Okay, so so basically, the Tulsa, Oklahoma thing was started by some brothers because they stopped the white dude. They went over there to stop the whites from killing that brother who the sheriff found out he was actually having sex with that white girl, and he didn't rape her, which of course that would have how would that would have happened anyway, because at that time black men weren't supposed to be messing with white women. But from what I read online, Tulsa had those. sex places. What are they called? Those bars where they had the women doing that, whatever. But they had white women working over in there too. And those, there's no way that those white men would not have known that because those white women definitely probably didn't live in Tulsa unless they were just living in those places. But people knew. So I'm thinking, like, what really is going on? So what happened was they went there to stop it, and this is what I read. They went there to stop it. These young black men, 17, 18. Later on, I read that they changed and said they were like veterans or something. But so I think because I think it happened after World War II. I mean World War One. And so the sheriff said, "Hey, go back. I don't need you. If I need you, I will call you." What does that mean? I will call you. That means he had communications with those brothers. He said, if I need you, he didn't say if I needed the white man or go away because I got my white brother that's going to protect me. He didn't say that. And this is what I read online. He said, if I need you, I will call for you. Then at night or the next day or the nighttime, they came back drunk. One guy brought a gun. One white dude said, what are you doing with that gun? Now, if it was racist like they said it was, then why didn't those white men, which quote unquote we are probably thinking, if you're not reading properly, that those white men based on TV, they go to the jail to hang a person, they got their guns and their clubs. If they had their guns and they saw them black men coming over there, just like Tuckis, that first guy, the Revolutionary War, if you guys know, I forget his name, Anthony Tuckis or whatever. The first casualty of the Revolutionary War was by a black man. And why did he get shot? Because he interfered into affairs of a white man, and that's what one of them dudes said. Why are you interfering into the affairs of white men? And they shot him, bam, and he was the first person. But that's what I keep telling you, brothers. I'm like, you guys need to leave these white people alone, okay? Because they don't need your help. Not they don't need. Well, they have problems with their kids. They're not calling black police to come over there and help them like black men are calling white police to come over and help them. You know what I'm saying? Why can't you control your own kids in your black neighborhood? So um, so anyway, um, they went there. The one dude walked over to the student and said, "Hey, what are you doing with that gun?" He went to take the gun. They said it went off. Now, if that gun, they said when it went off, those white people went back to their towns and got their gun because they thought black people were going to start fighting against them. But based on TV, why didn't they go to the sheriff's department, I mean, to the city hall, wherever it was, with their weapons? Why didn't they have their weapons on them? Because as soon as they walked up, if they were racist, like we are led to believe, when they saw that black kid with that gun, they would have turned, bam, just like that. Just like when you guys saw that Commonwealth movie they had, and that brother came and a white dude. Oh man, hold on. Mm. Hold on. Hold on. God darn it. Hold on. Hopefully you guys can hear me. If you can't right now, my headphones just dead just about. So can you guys can you hear me? It should turn over. Can you hear me? Oh man. Hold on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, let me. Okay, yes, they started hanging us again over here. I'm covering it up like it was all over. Yes. Okay, you can hear me. Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna get to that too. Okay. So what I'm saying is, if it was racist the way they said that, them dudes would have got shot. Bam. Thank you, Victor, and everyone else. They would have shot them right on the spot. But what did they do? They said they went back home. From what I read and what I saw on there on the internet, they went home, got their weapons. They didn't even attack Tulsa until the next day or a couple of days later or whatever. Anyway, why didn't they have their guns if they hated blacks? When that black kid, first of all, that ain't even got nothing to do with it. Why would they, right there, they heard that sheriff when the brothers came the first time and said, if I need you, I will call you.
Why didn't the white people look at that sheriff and go, what you say? Huh? Those 5, 6 blackers gonna stop us? That's what we should have been. That's what should have happened. But what I read was the week before they were going to go hang a white dude, and those same brothers came and stopped that mob. It reminds me of a story when I was in the United States Air Force in Philippines. My blah 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 first wife, she was out there having her fun. This one brother who was a staff sergeant, because the brothers in the United States military, most of them didn't like me because they thought I was stupid, but I was cooler than them. They were mad because I was cooler and they couldn't do nothing about it. And so, because if you fight in the military, whatever, but I don't know, it was just something. I don't know what it was. But he was like, I'm going to do this to your wife and I'm going to have sex with your wife. And blah, blah, blah. And I looked at him and I said, yeah, you do. And I'm going to, beat you down. Everybody else can have her, but you can't. Because he was, joked. He thought it was cool and stuff. Then, um, uh, he started talking. So, your wife doing this, blah, blah, blah. And I looked at him and I said, when in the history of the United States, there was a time when a black man could tell a white woman what to do with her vagina. And now, while he's talking, I'm the lowest ranking. I'm not even an NCO. He's an NCO, E5. I'm on the E3. You got an E7 in the truck. Everybody else, E4s, E5s, and they're all laughing, right? As soon as I said that, they stopped laughing. And then the E7 got mad at me. And I said, why are you getting mad at me? He's talking about some stuff that he can get kicked out the United States military, with a dishonorable discharge. And I'm telling the truth about history, that when was there a time when a black man could tell a white woman what to do with her vagina? And you're going to get mad at me? I didn't understand that. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, I didn't still not getting written up. I just got out the truck, say whatever. So what I'm saying is, in that time, they're telling us about this racism. Yes, there was racism, but how bad was it? How bad was it? Really bad? How bad was it? Because Tulsa, to get back to the story, what did Tulsa teach us? Well, if you guys didn't see that it probably wasn't so racist, because if it was racist, Tulsa and those white people, those blacks and those whites were here, and those blacks went up there, and those white people saw those blacks go up, and if they hated, they wouldn't even got that high. It would have been like, and it would have been like that. Reality, it would have been like that. But they got here, and those white, and they didn't do it in a year. Where'd they get they raw material? Black Wall Street, what did they have? They had that oil, I think it was, and they even, I think one of the leaders even went to the president and said, hey, let's make Oklahoma a black state. How many do you know that? They even proposed, hey, let's make Oklahoma a black state. You know what I'm saying? So they had all that wealth. Why didn't white people go over there and just take the oil from them? Because they were making more money than Wall Street in New York. So something's wrong. So what did Wall Street teach us? Wall Street taught us, and what we need to understand is, money is not going to protect you. Money is not going to protect you. Money is not a source of defense. It's a resource that you can get other people to defend you, but that dollar bill ain't going to stop somebody who wants to come at you to do it. They went to war. Those blacks were winning. Okay, they were winning, winning, winning. Everybody know that. Why'd they lose? They ran out of ammunition. Now, if it was racist, blacks and white, if it was that racist back there, then the whites should have been raiding it and taking that money. But evidently, it was something about Greenwood that the white people didn't go over there and take their money. Okay? And they're trying to say, like, after the war, people didn't whatever, whatever. But still, before the war, it didn't take them 1 year. It probably took them a few years to get that. Then you think about it. They had ambulances, they had cars, they had this, they had that, and they built that stuff themselves. How? We don't need to know. We know that Tulsa got destroyed. We understand that. My question is, how did they build that stuff? Give me the instructions to tell me how to show me. So I can see how they built it, so I can do the same thing. So we could do the same thing in our neighborhoods, because the problem in the black neighborhood is not that we're dumb. This one lady, during the Ferguson thing, she said something. I was watching a video. I don't even want to watch it, but I watched it, and she said, black people, what we lack is instructions. And she hit it right on the top, right on it. So like the brother said, calculus is about the constant change of rate of change when you're doing the rate of change when you're doing calculus. But what does that mean? All it's doing is just telling you the length of a curve, because a curve changes at every dot. It doesn't go the same, because if you have two dots the same, it's a straight line. Okay, and then you can just use x. Okay, if it curves continuously, it's a parabola, and you just need x squared. But if it constantly changes, then you use that x squared plus whatever, 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 whatever. But it's in short distances. So when a kid, what's calculus? I hate calculus. You take a kid and say, you see this round circle right here? All calculus does is tell you how long is that? Oh, I don't know. Well, calculus will tell you how long that is. Okay, that's what it is. We lack instructions. So getting back to Tulsa, Tulsa lost because they ran out of ammunition. Why are brothers so relaxed that they didn't have a defense up so that if those white people could destroy them in the war? Why didn't they go down there and buy those white people out? You know what I'm saying? With that money. People got to understand that white people do like money and stuff, but a lot of people don't care about money. You know, a lot of people really don't care about money. They just want to be happy, you know, and they want to do this and they want to do that, you know. Like in Mississippi, they said, what do you want? Do you want to have money, or your streets fixed, or something? And those white people said, we want black people to stay below us so we can have pride in ourselves. That was more important than them having their streets fixed. They lack self, what is it? They were, what's the insecure, you know? That's it. So what it taught us to teach us, it taught us that money is not going to save you. You have to have defense, technology. Yes, jealousy. You have to have technology. If you don't have technology, I don't care how much money you have. Is somebody gonna want to come and get you? They're gonna come get you unless you can stop them. So getting back to the beginning of this video, what's the problem in the black neighborhood is we just really need to learn. We really do. And we need to start over. And I mean, not 1 + 1 and all that stuff. We need to go back in all those classes that we failed to at least get a B+, or B, I should say, in it. We need to go back and study those things, and we can do it together. We can do it, science, all that stuff, biology. Those teachers, you go to school, you have a teacher who dedicates their life to teach you technology. What is technology? It's just bits of information, teeny bits of information that's put together until you have this, what's this thing called? An AirPod, not an AirPod 2 or something. It's this one, the new one, okay? And if you guys want one and you can't afford it, at least in Japan, you can buy it, and you go to Ordico. It's called Ordico. It's this blue thing. When you look on there, you have this little blue click. You click that, and you can apply for to buy anything on there. And if you get approved, and if you take 2 years to pay it off, you can pay it off in installments, monthly installments, with no tax-free, no interest-free. I mean, interest-free. There's no thirst for knowledge in the black community, but the average young black teen can recite the lyrics in Tupac's whole album by heart. Okay, that's, now, you guys are saying things, toast me off my, what you gonna, but that's not true. Okay, and what is education? Knowledge. What is knowledge? Knowledge is just words. Words that creates, that's instructions. If I say blue, what are you gonna think about? If I say, if somebody, you walking down the street, you go, that damn GS350 JPM, motherfucker, I hate that nigga. What is it gonna do? It's instructions. You gonna pop. Somebody gonna get that pop, that mind, and you're gonna be, most of y'all probably be thinking about Do You Love Black Men videos, or somebody's gonna be about my GS350 JPM, because that's what the name is. It's not about me. These videos are about GS350 JPM. This GS350 JPM black on black car that was made in Japan, because I'm always driving there before when I make those videos and stuff. So that's why, that's where the name came from. And as soon as you see that GS355, everybody that knows that name, they're gonna pop me. This was one video, this white dude took it, made it, and then he was supposed to meet. I drove him in my car. I didn't even get out the car. He saw my car because he know my license plate. He said, GS350JPN. And when I saw the people, I was like, damn, I'm known like that. Oh, that's cool. You know, but I'm not famous. You know, there's a lot of people who did the same videos I did, and blah, 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 blah. But anyway, what I'm saying is, Tulsa should have taught us that we lack technology. If you don't have technology, there is no way you can defend yourself. That's how the blacks were able to rule Spain for almost 800 years. That means they went up there in about the year 700 AD and ruled to their last stronghold. I think it was finished in 1555 or something like that, you know. And we went to slave. Our slavery, our present condition was not the fault of the white man. It was the fault of black on black violence. And that's what it was. That brother who was a black man fought against his brother who was a black man. And that conflict, that violence, that crime against the very fabric of the family caused our present condition. And it's not the white man's fault. And black people need to understand that. You look at a white man, you can't blame him, because the white man could not go to war with those Europeans, could not push those black men in Spain out of power. They had to get a black man to do it. So that divide and conquer crap is used because it was a reality. That divide and conquer freed the white people from the grip of those Moors. And that was it. It wasn't the white man's fault that Africa got destroyed, or that black people from Africa got sent to the United States, or us blacks who were already there got whatever. You know, it wasn't the white man's fault. It was the fault of the black man, of a black, jealous, younger brother, and that's it. And we gotta understand that all this junk they putting out there, they putting anything out there, and we like, yeah, you know, we ain't got knowledge. You know, like your brother said, you know, we like knowledge. We don't run for knowledge, whatever, but that they can memorize all the lyrics to Tupac's. Well, if they can memorize all the lyrics to Tupac's, that's smart, because if they can take that same energy, they can memorize trigonometry. Trigonometry is easy. It is easy. Trigonometry is all about fractions. That's it. All about fractions. Algebra, whatever. Mathematics and multiplication and division and addition and subtraction has two distinct functions. And when you understand that, then you'll be able to go in the neighborhood and teach 3 and 4-year-old kids. I could do that. I teach 3 and 3-year-old children in Japan how to divide and subtract. I just show them 1 time or 2 times and then say, here's the thing, go ahead and do it. And I'm like, man, I need to go back to the States. But if I go back to the States in the black neighborhood and say, how I can teach your kids 3 of them, man, they gonna kick my ass. Nigga, please, you can't do that. You're a black man. BLM, okay, was murdered in Japan. Japan has nothing to do with the Western problems. I hope BLM does not cause. No. What you have to understand is, I don't know if I get in trouble with this, but a lot of brothers come up. The problem, from what I understand, is that when brothers come over to Japan, there was this tension between blacks and whites. Okay, that was there. But the first black person that came over to the United States was who? Well, the original Japanese people are black and all of this stuff. And you got that black slave. They call him a samurai, but a samurai is a slave. He's not all that what you're saying. They were slaves because they had a master. And anyone that has a master is a slave, a servant, a daughter, a child, or whatever you want to call it. But he wasn't the one that he wasn't the one that was really important one. Shogun. No, he wasn't a shogun. He was a samurai. The black shogun is another guy, and his temple is called Kiyo Mizudera. Is out in Kyoto, very famous. It's on stilts. I mean, I think he's the only one who has a temple that's on stilts. And he was a black man, okay, and he was a shogun. The shogun was like the boss. He was the shogun. He was the boss, and it was because of him that present Japan is like it is now. Because he was the one that, again, black on black crime, ran all those black people who were here in Japan up to Hokkaido. He was the cause of that. Again, black on black crime. I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. But we just look at reality. Japan is not racist or hate black people. They don't do that. Okay. You do got people who say that, but Japanese people know darn well they black. Proof: in the summertime they're dark, get dark as I am. You know, they go outside. In the wintertime they're white. Okay, and you know, but you have to understand the history of Japan. You know, and what happened. But you have some Japanese people who might not like black people, but they don't like foreigners anyway, period. But you still got to look at their history, you know, because there's a history there that you really need to understand. So when brothers came over here, they came over here with a lot of these preconceived notions. Then they had to deal with the white people who, of course, defeated Japan in the war. Not even, what, less, a little more than, it hasn't even been 100 years. Okay, how many years was? We 20, 40, 47 or something like that, I think it was. Maybe 47, 45, 55 years plus 20, 75 years plus 2, 77 years ago. That means there are people still alive who was in that war, who were there when the white man defeated, crushed the spirit of the Japanese shogun samurai area. It was finished, okay? And when you a victim of war and you get defeated, it's going to crush you, you know. And then America had to come here and rebuild Japan, put all this stuff back in them, tell them this and that, because they needed them as an ally for China, Korea, and Russia. Okay, and they needed it. There are a lot of other countries that got free, they got their freedom, but didn't enjoy the benefits that Japan did. Um, they were, I'm thinking, from what I understand, a lot of them weren't allowed to maintain this or that. So, and then after the war, of course, you know, if you read it, Japan went and helped those countries that they defeated. They pushed the white people out, you know, and so that's why they said, you know, a lot of these places still have their freedoms or whatever, something like that. But anyway, what Tulsa should have showed to the black man is money is not going to defend you. The white people won that war because they had the technology, they had more ammunition, they had planes. Some people said, well, they bombed them, but I read on the internet too that they had 2 Lear jets in Tulsa, Oklahoma. 2 Lear. Who built those? What white man built Lear jets for black people? You know what I'm saying? And when I'm reading this, I'm like shocked, like what? But like you said, get back to Too Short. If a kid can remember all the lyrics of Too Short, then what we need to do is understand why. Why was that possible? Because Too Short spoke, I mean, not Too Short. Sorry, Tupac, I'm sorry. Tupac spoke in a language that those kids understood. And that's why they crushed Ebonics, from what I heard. Because if they would have used Ebonics to teach those black kids mathematics and all that stuff, those kids would have picked that stuff up immediately, because they let the Koreans use their language, they let the Chinese people use their language, but they did not let the black man use his language. And we gotta understand why. Because the black man is only 1500s, 1650, 1750, 1750. That's 300 years. We got our freedom, maybe 1880 something. You know what I'm saying? So what? About 300 years of domination where we had no freedom, where we had to be slaves. Their domination over Africa lasted how long? From the time they dominated all of Africa, which one of my African friends said he came from a country that the white people didn't conquer. So literally, they didn't even conquer all of Africa, but they did conquer most of it. But how long did they keep their power where they were actually able to keep those black people in dimension? Down before all these countries started getting their independence again. Even though like France, some of their French colonies they got to pay for the colonialism because one African country said we're not going to pay nothing. They took everything out, and those people got to build from the beginning. But if they ain't got the education, I hear from what I heard, they kind of suffering stuff. I forgot what country that was, um, but that's what one of my African friends told me. So what I'm saying is we need technology, and I'm not saying technology to destroy the white man. I'm not even saying that because probably if you go down to those white people that really hate us and stuff, if you really look at what they don't like about us, is probably the same thing we don't like about each other. You know what I'm saying? But we don't have that conversation. We don't have that dialogue, so we don't really know. But I was watching the video the other day, and I forgot who said it, but he said that the racism in the United States was created to preserve the DNA of the white man or the white race or whatever, because they are dwindling and dwindling and dwindling. And had it probably not been, like I said, had black men would have been free to do what they wanted with white women, then how many less of them would have been? And you have to remember that I think this racism concept only started in the 1900s, for whatever reason and stuff. So even the black man was still in slavery, still didn't have anything, especially down south, because slavery didn't get really, 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 really big to the continent. But I'm not talking about the slavery that was in South America, because those brothers got jacked up. The slavery that was in France, from what I read, those brothers got jacked up. So the brothers in the United States, compared to what the other brothers slavery went through, and even the brothers in Canada, because I hear them brothers in Canada still getting slammed, but we had it easy. And I was talking to a sister that day about that too. She's from first generation from Jamaica, and she was telling how it was, and we got it easy. And that's probably why a lot of brothers around the world who went through a lot of stuff mad, because we had it easy compared to them, and we're not doing anything. We still got our freedom. We can still go to school. We can still do this. We can still. There's a lot of things we can do. So the knowledge, if a kid can recite all the lyrics of Too Short, then you have to understand why. Because not Too Short. God, why can't you say that? Tupac was, sorry, Tupac again, and all you Tupac fans, I'm so sorry. But if they can recite all the lyrics of Tupac's, you have to understand why. It's because he spoke the language that they understood. We need to go back and start talking, learning this stuff, and learning in the language that we understand, And of course, we got to learn new terminology. But like I said, what is calculus? The brother said, it's a study of the constant rate of change, right? And you guys know what the word rate means? Okay, wait. I'll give you another chance to win $5. Okay, 1 minute, and I'm gonna ask you a question, and you're gonna be able to, 1 minute, and you can send me first person. Ready? Only 3 people saw it. I'm going to count my cookies and say you guys can't. You don't know. Okay. But what does the word rate means? What is rate? Okay, very good. Now, if you can tell me what the word rate means, then send me a request for $5. You got 1 minute. Okay, so we got 1 minute. You got to tell me what the word rate means. Don't look in the dictionary because you guys are like taking way too long. 15 seconds already went by. So that means you guys don't even know it. And that's not a cool thing. That is not a cool thing. You know, it's rate. What does the word rate mean? You got 1 minute and don't use a dictionary because because you got to tell me in 2 words. Okay, 2 words. Okay, you can describe it in 2 words, and I'm for sure that you look in the dictionary, it's not going to tell you those 2 words because when I tell you the 2 words, you're going to get it instantly. You go, oh, 5 people just popped in the house. What's up? So we got a contest, 13 seconds. What does the word rate mean? Can use 2 words. 2 words. What does the rate mean? Word rate mean? If you can tell me, then send a request for $5. But PayPal is not letting me honor that request because I had a friend send me do that. Nope. Sorry, wrong answer. Ah, you hear that? Frequency. Nope. So time is up. A fraction. That's what the rate is. A fraction. That's all it is. That's all it is. A fraction. I just came back. Very good, Carl. Thank you for rejoining us tomorrow. I don't work till late. But yeah, that's all it is. The rate. A rate. A rate is just a fraction. It's like I love this song. This one story. I had a couple of friends out here, and we always talking about education. I don't have a degree. I think both of them have a degree, or they're very knowledgeable. I know one has a degree. The other one, I think he has a degree also. And we were talking about statistics. Right? And one of them, whatever. So we were talking about, talking about how hard they were studying, how much time they put in to study it, and I'm laughing, the whole time. I'm telling you, it was easy. Basically, I'm saying it's easy, easy, and I'm laughing. So, but after about an hour and a half goes by, and I'm giving them an hour chance to, you know, to, you know, retract their statements that it's difficult. And so I said to him, the reason you're having problem with statistics is because you don't even know what the word statistics means. They didn't tell me, whether one person didn't want to tell me or they didn't know, but the answer didn't come. And I told them that it's easy, but that's because I know what statistics is, right? So they got mad, and so after an hour and 35 minutes sitting, I said statistics is just all about fractions, a percentage, fractions. Statistics is a study of words between 0 and 100, but excluding the 0 and 100, because if it's 0, there's nothing to calculate. And I mean, I'm sorry, from 0 to 1. So if it's 0, there's nothing to calculate, and if it's 1, it's 100%. So it's perfect. So I told them, you guys are sitting here telling me that you had difficulties with fractions, and the other person had difficulties study 8 hours a day or whatever on fractions? Are you joking? And then, of course, they man, I think that kind of caused a little rift. How did you get good looking women without a degree? Japanese women don't care if you have a degree or not. Okay, Carl. Let me see. If you could tell me what the purpose of a degree is, send me a request for $5. Got 1 minute. What's the purpose of a degree? Whoa, whoa. Got 1 minute, Carl. 1 minute. Because see, the problem that we have in the United States is not about going to college. It's not that. It's not this. The biggest problem we have in the United States between black people is a lot of people don't even know the words they're using, or even they understand the words they're using, they can't break it down to a simple terminology that they can explain to a kid. And if you have fathers in black neighborhoods who are lawyers and stuff, and they're not able to interpret those jargons, those professional languages into words, into definitions where their kids can use them like white people did when I was hanging out in white neighborhoods. They used those professional languages at home, and that's why those white kids, the considered eligible by a major. No, that's not a purpose of a degree. That is far from it. Time's up. Huh? Why isn't my alarm going off? Huh? Well, anyway, time's up. I don't know why the alarm is up, but it's done. Okay. The purpose of a degree. What do you go to school to get a degree for? People say you go to degree to get a job, but that's absolutely wrong. The reason you go to school to get a degree is to learn a knowledge in a certain field that you want. When you get that knowledge, it teaches you to do that something. When you get that degree, an A degree, well, with the A, I wouldn't say an A degree, but well, A grade degree you can too. But I'll start with BA. When you get that BA, but you can do this, it applies for an AA degree, but let's start with a BA. When you get that degree, you have knowledge. That knowledge you have, you need to increase it so you can get a master's degree and then a doctor's degree. But what this degree teaches you, it teaches you knowledge how to build everything. What do you do with knowledge when you can construct something? You take that knowledge and you create a company. That's what the purpose of a degree is, to create a company with that knowledge so you can start a business and you can make more money and you can hire people to come in and do those particulars in your company that you want to do, that you build, so you can build your financial empire. That's what the purpose of a degree is, not to get a job. The purpose of a degree is to start a business because you have the knowledge to start a business. And those people who don't have the knowledge but has money, they were smart because they got the people with the knowledge to make their business functionable. They got those people and paid them a little bit of cash to make them rich. So what they did was they said, well, I'm gonna go to the bank and I'm gonna get a loan and I am gonna put my house up for $100,000, whatever, my parents' house or whatever. You know, I'm not even talking about the generation money, I'm just saying this. And then I'm gonna hire Carl and Martine and who else? Victor and Mr. Prisoner number 7 and Victor and everyone else. I'm going to hire them to do my job. So I need someone to fix flat tires or make tires. So someone who knows about rubber and everything, they'll go in there. I know how to do this. Okay, so I'll pay you $100,000 and you make these tires for me and make them better. So you got the engineer, you going to work and doing that, and you getting other people, and yeah, we made it. Okay, good, I'm gonna give you 50,000 bonus. You're like, yeah, but he's selling around the world and makes billions of dollars. And you driving around the car, and you seeing these people that's riding on their cars with the tires that you made, and you didn't even apply for a patent for your tires. The company did, or they had a contract where they said, well, any ideas you make are going to be our ideas and we're going to patent them and you can't have them. Instead of saying, no, hell no, I ain't work for your company. If I make an idea, I'm going to patent this myself. This is going to be in the company and I'm going to get paid and it's always going to be mine, because even IBM, the person who owns the most patents for IBM is a brother. It's in the contract, just like Michael Jordan. He put in his contract, said, hey, in this contract, I want to play pickup games. Most people can't even do that. You know what I'm saying? So the purpose of a degree is not to get a job. Wait, what did you say? The purpose of a degree is to no, that is the worst. No, the purpose of a degree is for you to start a business. If you have an idea, I don't have a degree, but I can teach kids from 3 years old how to read. Now my program for your kids come in my class, guarantee that by the end of the year they'll be able to take one word and make their own sentences. And I've been doing this for years. You know why I'm not rich? Because I'm not really pushing it, like I said. But I've been doing this for years. I talk to other brothers. Hey man, I could do this. You can't do that. I talk to white people. You can't do that. Some believe me, but most of the brothers saying you can't do that. I even my own brother, and I had to film a video of me of this kindergarten class and these kids. This one, I think it was a kindergarten class. It wasn't a kindergarten. It was another class, one of my classes, where I was teaching these kids how to translate, how to go from English, the Japanese sentence to English. He saw him watch that and he tripped. He was like, "Oh my God!" You know, I can do it. I can't believe it. But that's my younger brother. And so the purpose of the degree is to start a degree. Our business now. Just imagine if all the black people in the black neighborhoods who got a degree understood that the purpose of a degree is not to work. If you have the knowledge to if you have the knowledge to go to work in somebody else's company and make their business lucrative, I think that's the word, millions of dollars or billions of dollars because of you and a few other people with degrees that had that knowledge, and then you can do the on the hand training, press this or push this button or solder this or whatever, and and you train those people, but you got the knowledge to work in this company, and that company collects those billions of dollars and you get a residual of it to where you living paycheck to paycheck. Not because you're getting a little bit of money, but you might be getting 160,000 a year, but you spent your money before you even got it. Oh, I got 160,000. I'm gonna go buy me a house. $1 million. Let me see. I see this. Yeah, I think I can buy $1 million house and have it paid off in 10 years instead of 20, 30 years or whatever. And so that's what I'm saying. You know, if all the brothers and sisters who got degrees understood that the purpose of a degree is to start a business, how many black men and black women would have had their business started by now? And a lot of people are doing it. Okay, the bank won't give us loans, but they got people out there who'll help you. You know, they have black banks that can do it. People out there got money. But now, I don't know, it should be easy to do, but now you got these black billionaires and these people, and they like, I'm staying on top. But like I said, if they don't have an army, if they don't have nuclear weapons, if they don't have submarines, if they don't have a base, if they can't even, they don't even have a plane that can shoot a BB gun out of it. Your money means nothing. And that was what Tulsa taught us. Money is not going to help you in war. Okay? And you can even, well, I ain't going to bring it up. Okay? But there's even other instances of that. In World War II, there's some particular instances of that where people had money and it didn't stop the war, but they were able to do different things. So anyway, an hour and 2 minutes has gone by, and I just started touching on what I want to say. Okay, hey, thanks for being around. I still got time. I can still talk. But what's going to happen? So like I said, for the black neighborhood to change, we are going to have to talk to those people who have power in the black community. Don't worry about your community representatives, the state representative, city, local representative, because they should be. I mean, because you guys should really vote and put yourselves in there, because you know who's doing a good job. And I'm not talking about lip service. I mean, you look at your neighborhood, and if you got a pothole in your neighborhood, that means whoever you voted in ain't doing their job. Okay, ain't doing their job. And so you got to say, hey, fix this pothole. Okay, okay, then at least let us do it yourself. Thanks for the information, informative response. You're welcome. If you got to go, that's cool. I really wanted to try, because I have a lot of time at night. So I really want to try to at least go live, because I need to hurry to get my what you call it back, my sponsor, my what you call it, what is that thing called, partnership back. But anyway, that's what the purpose is. So spread it around. Say, yo, bro, you got a job, you got a degree. Okay, why do you got a job? Well, that's what no, a degree is for you to start a business. I don't have a degree. I started a business teaching English. In Japan, you don't need a degree. GS, yes, the best. Thank you, Gaijin Vlogger in the house. Okay, W, okay. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but so anyway, all I'm saying is that in the neighborhood, you want to change. So you have to talk to those people who are in there, in the hood. Sorry, my comments are not showing up. Why? Wired. Oh, okay, cool. Um, um, you got to start with that, you know, because I know some sisters in the past wanted to do something. I mean, because you can't change the neighborhood, just go in there and say change without understanding how your actions are going to change other people. You can't just do that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you the truth. You know, if you change the neighborhood, how much is it going to change? What's going to change? What do you want the neighborhood to evolve to? Because nowadays, people making money online. You know, these women are doing things, these guys are doing things, and people making the money. How much money do you really need to live a comfortable life? You know, I think the best thing we need to do, which isn't going to mess up anyone's structure, I think, is buy your own homes. You know, if you could buy these homes on sale or, I mean, you know, whatever, just do that. Now, of course, you know, that's going to mess up another structure or person's whatever, but you got to do that. Another thing what we have to do is understand. I made these videos called PDO. P is an acronym, P.E.D.E.O, and it means programming, encoding, delivering, execution, and override. And it basically tells you what thinking, meditation, the mind, the brain, your hormones, and the body, how it all works. Basically, it was, I wasn't supposed to make five. I stopped at five. Somebody who understood what I was saying knew I didn't make complete it. So I had to complete the last one. Is over an hour, but it's about 6 hours or so full of information. It tells you how to do the mind. Basically, it tells you everything that you do is premeditated. You can't do anything that's premeditated without thinking about it first. You want to have a test for those who are sitting down, stand up without thinking about it. I met this sister last week. We talked and stuff, and I gave her that. I said, stand up without thinking about it. She stood up, and I said, "What are you doing?" She said, "You told me to stand up without thinking about it." I'm like, "You told me to stand up." I said, "I didn't tell you to stand up. I said, stand up without thinking about it." Number one, don't pay attention to words. Because most of us, as soon as someone says the subject, we start catching feelings, still their subject, and our own predicates to it. That's my problem with communication with people. So a lot of times, like me and my wife, we get into it, I can't say anything to her, so I just start. Perfect example. So we had these babysitters come over and watch the clean the house and do the laundry. My wife does the laundry, and they all rely on this these buttons. So one button has 16 liters. 16 liters of water is what? Well, it's like having these. Yo, what's up? Hey, I'm on. Uh, okay, cool, 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 cool. Uh, I am live or YouTube. YouTube. I got URub. YouTube. I am live. I am live. How are you? What are you doing? What is how is LA? How is LA? Okay, I got to do that for a reason. T players. Okay, so is the players chat back to his glory? Hold on. I could get back to him later. This, man, I got to make a video about my players club for 2 years, man. It's messed up stuff. And if I was to judge the fate of the black man by based on the my players club, we were done. White people ain't got nothing to worry about us to worry about. Anyway, so where was I at? The money, business, houses, homes. Okay. So basically, there's a way to uplift the black community without really disrupting what's going on to a certain point. So Like I said, a lot of people are making money online. A lot of people are making money online, so it takes them out of um, the poverty. It takes them out of a lot of the I want to say drugs or something, but now weed is legal. You know, so it takes people, it lifts people up to a level out of poverty. And I'm saying we can do that without really disrupting too much and causing problems and stuff, because I remember a situation where this one person was, trying to buy things and stuff, and then, you know, didn't work out and stuff. And it was really bad because that was going to be a really major change in that area and stuff, But a lot of people they want to change, but they don't want to see certain people be the cause of the change and stuff because um, it's going to, I guess, allow that person to get above them. So like when I was in the military and I got to the Philippines, at Clark Air Force Base, I really didn't know how cruel black people really were, and the jealousy, because I left Detroit when I was 11, so I didn't have it. Only thing I knew was just fighting with the kids on the block and stuff. And I really didn't punch. They might hit me a couple of times and stuff, but it didn't hurt, so I wouldn't hurt them. I wouldn't punch them because I'm very strong. And I remember one time I was walking by and I got hit in the back. Pow! I don't know what I was doing. Guy was swinging, they playing baseball. I just kept on walking for some reason. They got hit in the head. Pow! It did. I was like, oh wow! And the dude, I mean, he swung at the ball, and I'm telling you, I saw him and stuff. Uh, uh, Guys, I got an important phone call. Wait, hi, am live on YouTube. Join in. YouTube, join in and listen. Okay, and I got hit with that bat. Bow, bam! It didn't even hurt, man. Kids like, you okay? No, I'm cool. And just went home and stuff. So basically, what I'm saying is, we need to change our neighborhoods, but we need to do it in such a way where it's not going to disturb the powers that are there, which is just going to cause more conflict and stuff. Education is a good way, but like I said, with education, um, is that this education is going to be, we need to use the words that Tupac, Too Short, all these black singers use that will allow all these young kids to memorize what they're saying. We need to use those words to educate us. We got to have our black adults, including myself, which, I've helped a lot of people in my life. I mean, YouTube is not even, I've reached out and a lot of people were able to make a lot of money because they, did the same thing I did, doing a lot of stuff, and that's good for them. Um, a lot of brothers were able to use what I said and stuff to go to college, graduate and stuff. People got a lot. I know personally one guy was going to send me 3,000. I said this before. I told him, don't send me the money. He's a Canadian dude. I said, don't send me 3,000. Take it, go to college, because I think Canada, you can graduate in 3 years or something. I told him how to study, what to do. He did it. Called me, sent me a message 3 or 4 years later saying he was $1 million. That was the last time I heard from him. He was a millionaire. I was like, whoa, okay, good. That was the last time I heard from him. But all I gotta say is just that, what happened in these recent days and stuff, and everybody running around talking about, oh, so the Black Lives Matter in Japan. I don't really see the purpose of where I will be on. Just only five people are popping in and out. people are popping in and out. And out. Okay, so um, so basically, we need to start educating ourselves. And it's this one thing I heard when I was young. If you ask a black child to study math, he will cry. If you ask a black man to study math, he'll shoot you. You know, and I remember I used to hear that a lot when I was young in California. And sometimes I say that to some brothers, and they would start laughing. I'm like, wow, you know. But yeah, we need the education. But what does the word education even mean? Because it's like, okay, $5. Send me a request, but I'm not sure if PayPal is going to honor it because I was supposed to send somebody else some money, but PayPal wouldn't allow the request, so I guess I got to send this person a check, or just wait till they come here and pay it to them. But I'm gonna ask a question. For sure, yep. So my friend on here, he's saying I'm giving you guys all this information, you know, and I need to charge y'all some money. You know, oh wow, this is broke. I can't believe it. It's cheap though. I had it for many years. So anyway, yeah, the education. We need to use the words that we understand. Okay. Now I had a $5 something. Oh, the word now. Being well informed. Why my $5? Where's my? No, that's not what education means. To be well informed. And you answered the question before I even give you the time, so you're disqualified. Okay. But this is. Where's that thing at? My clock. Okay, you got 1 minute. What does the word education means, or educate means, or whatever? You got 1 minute. Go. Okay. But to be well informed, no, that's not education. And see, whoa, it disappeared. No, it's the wrong one. Okay, there, it's got 50 more seconds. So basically, that's what I'm saying. The number one problem in the neighborhood is a lot of us, we're using words that we know, but you know, we can't break it down into a way where we can absorb it in such a way that it doesn't cause us to reject it. So in other words, you tell a person, go to college so you can get educated, but everybody, I hate college. Well, nobody didn't say go to college because you like college. You go to college so you can get educated. Well, I hate college. Okay, we read at home. Well, I don't like this. I don't like that. So basically, the purpose is, I'm thinking is a lot of people don't know what the word education, educate mean, and all of that. Simple terminology. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people really don't know. And it's really sad. You know, I mean, and I learned this when I was, wow, I wonder why this thing is on mute. Up there it is. It's up high. Huh. Excuse me. I had no idea why it's so low. But anyway, the word educate just means to teach. So you go to school for education, you go to school for some teaching. And that's it. Somebody's going to teach you how to do from get to A to B. And people are like, well, I don't care about education. But everything you do is education. You're being taught everything all the time. You can't go outside or go anywhere without being schooled. Period. It's just totally impossible. It's just totally impossible to do that, but yet we run around saying we can't do that. Now I have another test for you. For those who already know, you're not qualified to answer, because if you do answer, I'll know. You got 1 minute. And the question is, what does multiplication means, or multiply means? Ready? That's it. $5. So I used to ask a lot of my brothers, black people who I know out here, who had degrees, and I asked them what that question is. I swear to the day in Japan, not one brother told me this. And some people actually spend 20 to 30 minutes trying to figure out what the word multiply means. And I'm sitting here to, okay, that seems like that might be good. Condition me, please. And so I'm thinking like, you know, what does it mean? You know, and this one dude spent 20, and I mean multiplication like in mathematical way, and you know, we're multiplying ourselves. And so I'm thinking like, wow, one dude got pissed when I told him what the answer was, right? So this is the answer, and see if your word is correct or not. It just means to copy. Okay, it just means to copy. Okay, reproduce, copy if you want to say it. But what do you mean by reproduce? What do you mean by copy? So, for instance, I just need clarification. So, how would you use reproduce to teach a 3-year-old kid multiplication? How would you do that? And then if you would tell me how you do that, then send a request for $5. Okay, and this goes out to Carl McDaniel to make more of equal reproduce. Huh? Nope, wrong answer. Sorry. It has nothing to do with the equal sign. To make up means to make. Oh wait. So maybe I misread it. Sorry. To make more of, it means to reproduce. In that context, when you're multiplying, do you make more of? Do you reproduce? Okay, so it has to be in a mathematical meaning. If I didn't clarify myself when I first asked the question, and I'm giving you a chance to do that. So mathematically, if you're teaching 3-year-old kids multiplication, and you got to do it in less than 10 minutes, 5 minutes, because it takes 5 minutes for me to teach them multiplication, 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes to do division. So how would you use reproduce, the word reproduce, in a mathematical manner? So please tell me that, and if you do, then I'll give you $5. This will be your Gohaku win. Oh, I said $5, but this is actually Gohaku win. So Gohaku might be a little less than $5, but because I said $5, then it'll be $5. So please send that to me, or please explain what you mean, and then I'll tell you, and then it'll be right. Okay. And you can always contact me on what's that thing called? Facebook, GS350JPS, to add more of something. Bingo! Wrong answer. Okay, sorry, that is the wrong answer. Carl, if you want, because I want to keep testing, see how many people does this. I'm on Line, GS350JPN. You can hit me up on that. I can tell you what I mean, show you what I mean. You can go to your neighborhood, you can get paid getting money, just give me a certain percentage, but we got to make a contract. And trust me, you can make money. I need to get back to the States because I can make money doing this too. But hit me up online, hit me up on Facebook, GS350JPN. Hit me up on Line would be the easiest, because then I can add you to my players group and stuff. Line app, yes, on the Line app, GS35JPN. I'll add you to the players club, because my old players club got hijacked by some jealous people. You know, jealous brothers. It had 60-something people in it, but it's cool. I don't care, whatever, because I don't need the players club. I tell them, I don't need YouTube. I don't need anything to make my life better. I just need to get up off my rear end. But because God told me to make Do You Love Black Men videos, so I had to do it. And then this is what it ended up being. But it was a good thing for a lot of people. Is your username the same as your YouTube channel name? Yes. GS. Yes. Oh, wow. Wait. Cancel. Yes. How do I make comments on here? I don't even know how to do that. Hit that. No, not that one. Huh. I forgot how to
write comments on here. Oh man, I know it's somewhere in here. Top channels, okay. Okay, but I want to write, I forgot how to do that. Ah, man, I haven't done this in a long time. You know what I should have did? I should have shared this on Facebook. I got some of my friends that have want to. I'm live. Did I get some more people in here? Okay. So anyway, yeah, hit me up on that. Then I got my what you call it? I got an iPhone 6. The battery, the microphone went dead. I bought this iPhone 11 installments, tax free no, interest free for 2 years, and then my microphone on my other iPhone started working, and so it's in perfect condition. Okay, so people are sending me stuff. Wait, I'm looking for this. Okay, so basically, what it is we need to start over. How we start over is, I mean, this is like so long. I wonder if I should just stop this and start a new one, part 2. Okay, so should I do a part 2 or should I just continue? Because people are not going to be watching this for all these different years. I mean, different years, different hours. 120 minutes, that's over 2 hours. And I don't think too many. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this and I'm going to start another one. Wow, and I just sent this stuff to my YouTube. But anyway, I'm going to start over because I don't know if people are going to actually watch this for too long. So